Hey, good morning, Ben. This is a quick demo video for you for your Korbanth TFU2 V2. This is installed with a Proffie. You had asked me to do some weathering, kind of like I did to my personal TFU, a couple months ago. So I tried to get that pretty similar. I hope that you like the way that turned out. We can get some close-up shots here. Let me turn this around. So I left the jewel on here that has the shine through. This kit comes with two different ones. So one of them doesn't, and that one is still in your kit. But we got some weathering all around here. I left your blade plug in for now to show you that there's some shine through. It's a particularly long blade plug, so I also wanted to show you that still fits inside of the saber just fine. All right, it's a 2-button setup, so your front tactile here will be your power, and of course your bottom one will be your auxiliary. And then moving down here, you asked for a real leather wrap. So this wrap is from Defcon Bird. I felt like it fit the saber pretty good, and I like to do something similar I saw Benji do, is wrap up from this portion here all the way down to here. So not just keep it in between these two areas, but just wrap the entire thing. So that's what we did there. And of course down to your pommel. Your pommel's all weathered as well. To get to your chassis, you just want to unscrew the handle. All right. We'll pop that handle off like that, and then this is what your chassis looks like. It does say the Force Unleashed over here in Arabic. You've got a removable battery setup. You're running a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, so this sounds really good. Over here you have your Proffie board, easy access to your SD card, your micro USB, and if you look over this direction, you have a kill switch right here. All right, so this is pretty much running the stock font package, although I did include my own font on here. It's the first one on here, and then there's a copy of the config file on your SD card. So if you want to build from that, you can, because you have a total of 36 accent strips in here, or I'm sorry, neopixel accents. You've got an 18 accent strip over on this side right here, right underneath those holes, and then you've got one more 18 pixel strip over here underneath these as well. These are wired separately from the blade, so your config will have 2 blade styles per font, the first being the blade and then the second being these strips. Although you have a total of 36, they're wired together, so when you program that, you'll see in the config it's only an 18 pixel strip that's called out. All right, so let's throw a battery in this guy. I did give you a link for some good 18650 batteries. It's early, sorry, so you know where to get those. We'll come over here and we'll flip this kill switch. These mirror each other, so they're doing the same thing when the saber is off, and then they do a little something when the saber is on, just like that. All right, and I gave you twist off. So we'll go ahead and we'll slap our handle back on this guy, tighten this all the way down, come over here and hit power. So you got some nice shine through in your blade plug there. This thing sounds pretty beefy. A nice shine through in your glass eye as well. Now, although this kit comes with a pretty decent glass eye, what I would suggest if you wanted to upgrade this just a little bit is I would reach out to my buddy Robert Sotomayor over at Sorok Sabers. He custom machines different glass eyes for these types of sabers. So you can get an aluminum one, you could get a brass one. So he makes some pretty cool glass eyes that make a really nice replacement for that, okay? Let's take your blade plug out. So your kit comes with an Allen key. I'll make sure it goes back in your set, and your blade retention is that hole right there. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll take this out, and I'll show you what I meant about that blade plug. That's a pretty good size, right? So fits right in there though, no problem. And then we'll put a blade in. So I will use a test blade, but this is set up for a full length 1-inch diameter neopixel blade. All right, so we'll put a blade in here, push it all the way down, and then lock it down. And then again, come over here. my font, I programmed the chassis to do a little something different than the blade. But on these stock fonts, it's just going to mirror the blade. So it will be off when the saber's off, and then a solid color of the same color as the blade. All right, so we'll just tap auxiliary to get to that.
CNC. Smooth Jedi.
Blaster bolt deflex is just tapping auxiliary. And then blade lock up, holding auxiliary down and hitting the saber.
Smooth gray.
And I forgot to tell you, if you haven't noticed, I did give you twist off. So I don't do twist on normally, because I found that sometimes it would go on accidentally when I'm putting the saber together. But I do like twist off feature. If you don't want to do twist off, you can simply come over here and tap the switch, and that turns it off as well. All right, so this is the fire blade. Do another one.
Smooth fuzz.
Now if you want to change color, you hold down auxiliary and hit power. You hear that noise, and then you can twist the saber through any color that you like. So if we like this one, just hit power. And we've locked in that pink blade, right? Just like that. All right, so we'll go ahead and take the blade out and go over breaking it back down. Of course, since you have a kill switch, you don't need to take the battery out every time. Eventually you will to charge it, but let's put this blade plug back in while I'm thinking about it. Come over here and take our handle back off. I'll turn this on and show you that the kill switch works. We'll just come over here and flip our switch, and it kills everything like it should. All right, and then when you're done, come over here from the positive side if you want to take it out by the speaker, and you should be able to pop it out with your finger just like that. But that is basically your TFU2 V2. Some of the changes that I really enjoy between this and the V1 is the shorter threading. The V1 used to have an incredible amount of threading, and it took forever to take this handle off, so that was nice. And then the V1 also had to where you couldn't put a 28mm speaker in the handle. It had to be a speaker pod in the pommel. So that's nice also. And the third and last thing, which I could take or leave on this because I thought the first one was fine too, but you had a switch PCB on the V1 where these here now are plungers, but these work fine as well. All right, so those are kind of the changes between the V1 and the V2. But anyway, that is your TFU2 V2. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this out in the mail to you first thing tomorrow morning. Thanks, man.